Okay, good afternoon, guys. YOLO Life PR here. I'm showing you the ARB differential breather kit that we're going to be installing today. The kit comes with 25 feet of tubing. It comes with some self-threading bolts, which I will not be using. 3 plugs to plug in your unused ports. 4 pushing breathers, which we're going to connect the air tubing for the real differential this time. We're not going to be doing the front differential. And the straps for you to strap on the air tubing all on the chassis or the undercarriage of the vehicle. I bought the M6 bolts off from the hardware store because the bolts that come in, like the other Expedition set, they're too short. If you try to put them in, you're not gonna have that much clearance. Obviously it goes the other way around, but as you can see here, there's not much clearance for you to thread on when you bolt it on the engine bay. So with these bolts, you're gonna be able to get more than enough range and bolt on to your engine bay. I'm gonna be prepping up this manifold in a few minutes, and I'm gonna take another shot for you guys to see. Okay, so here we got the stock rear differential breather. We're gonna be updating with the ARB differential breather kit. I just put a little bit of WD-40 on it so it could loosen it up a little bit and not thread it. And I'm gonna start by setting up the manifold up front, and after that I'm gonna be removing the breather and install the updated one from ARB and install the airline. Okay, so basically this is how the manifold is gonna look. I just installed the plugs and the breather plug-in. Now I'm gonna proceed and install the manifold into the engine bay, and then put in tie the bolts and then put in the filter. Once I get that done, I'm gonna remove the original breather from the rear differential, install the new one, and start running the line under the chassis. As you can see here, the manifold has been bolted on. I put the 3 plugs on. There's a self-thread in the engine bay. I should say there's a thread in the engine bay, so you would not require to do any additional threading into the engine bay. It's right next to the plug of the air filter. So yeah, I'm just gonna plug in the filter that comes in with the breather and proceed to install the line. Okay, so we've installed the filter. I had to remove the plug from the engine bay, the air filter plug, so I could install the filter properly and screw it on. I put a bit of Teflon tape on each of the threads just to make sure it's watertight when cleaning off the engine bay. And let's go under the car now, under the truck, and get the line run. So the way this works is you put the line in, you push it in through, and then you can't pull it out unless you push down on the bevel around it so it can release. It's sort of like a shark bite. All right, hose line has been routed up to the engine bay. It's been plugged in down at the differential, the rear differential. And now we're gonna proceed to cut the excess tubing and connect over at the manifold in the engine bay. Just for instructional purposes, this is the line that has been routed. It is up high through the chassis and has been tied following the main hard lines, cable lines that the 4Runner has stock up to the engine bay. It runs behind the heat shields of the exhaust and has no contact whatsoever with any heat components. So line has been routed. If you can follow it through the back of the engine bay, right here, I pushed it through the back of the ECU cabling and strapped it in, and now it's plugged. And that's about it. Hardest part was doing it without the truck being lifted, so It took me a while, but it's not impossible. Around, I'd say 45 to 50 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Please follow my Instagram page at Yoda Life PR and my YouTube channel, which I am starting up. Hope this video is of help. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.